Yeah, so I always wanted to make like a music video, and I've never really got around to it. And really, to make like a really good one would be a significant amount of effort, requiring 3D props. I wouldn't go through actually spending any money at all on creating an environment. But I mean, within a computer to create an environment for a video, a significant amount of effort creating the objects, the movements, and whatnot. And today, the majority of the tools required are even freely available. So Blender has, demonstrated its ability to make good video content, such as the movie Next Gen, which I understand is pretty much what you can get, but it had been slightly modified to meet their needs. So looking at the software that I was comfortable with using for making music, I guess I take this sort of tracker approach to making music instead of using like Fruity Loops. It just seems really horrible, using Fruity Loops. And this cycle program here, it had its ups and downs, but what really falls down on is what seems is native sound fonts. Its native ability to create these. Which one? Yeah, I guess it's Fluid Synth F2 player. I don't know. It seemed to me that when I tried to do some basic things, the program would crash. I tried different versions of the program. It would crash. The main problem, although Cycle Tracker is very intuitive, the main problem with it is it only has a patterner. It doesn't have a sequencer, so you can't make atoms of patterns and connect them together. It's like everything has to be combined into one big block, and you only have a string of blocks. So in that way, Buzz Tracker, Jeskola Buzz Tracker, is extremely anal, extremely non-graphical, way to do anything, but it seems to work pretty well. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone uses this audio effects program here. I got this in the past, and it's one of the things I use to make samples. So this audio effects, it uses building blocks, and I mean, mostly pretty happy with it, but it seems to me it's maybe missing a good equalizer, and the reverb doesn't have a reverb that isn't kind of rough, and the filter seems a little malfunctioning. Some of the band filter, and so I use the low and high ones to avoid this problem I've seen in the past. But in this case, we have two-phased sine wave generators with a little bit of frequency margin filter, with a time frequency sweep, a little bit of vibrato and depth, a little bit of sample feedback, and stereo effects with maybe slight amount of, I guess you call flanging, but delay effect on the left-right channel. Yeah, so this Jeskola Buzz program, it's like the guy claims that he had some computer problem, he lost the source code, and eventually it is back in a state where it's developable again. And some other people tried to make something similar to this, the Buse program, which I found had just unfortunately crashed a lot. But it seemed like you could control what the sample rates and everything that you're rendering the song as, and it seems a little unclear how you would do that here, and it seems to have something to do with just what you're outputting to the system is whatever is going to come out of this program. Anyway, so here we have the sequence view, and what I like to do is I like to go at a fast tempo and go in step one, and just basically take this attitude that if I want anything anywhere, I can just insert it with time. Although even in this, I found that things didn't seem quite right in some avenues, but then I discovered that you can issue tracker command to have a delay with sub values, sub step values, so you could get around that. But so here we have each particular generator has its own pattern block, and they don't involve the other ones. So you can move these around, and they can be totally anywhere you want them. And you don't have to have one big block. You have things that you're always like shifting around everything, like you would in Cycle. And over here in the pattern view, you say if you want another track, you're playing polyphony here, and also it's very, very good. Sorry. Oh, what do we got? Oh yeah, here we go. This is very good support for sound fonts. I haven't seen it really do anything wrong. So here we do this. Shows you like what's currently on. Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure this sounds pretty much conquered with this program, and I think in the old days you might run out of CPU power, but I'm pretty sure this thing is like, I can give it anything, it just wouldn't hurt it, because this computer is just more powerful than the domain of sound requires.